Hi everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctor lawyer turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages 8, 5, and 3. If you're interested in videos about homeschooling, parenting, minimalism, with a sploosh of planning thrown in, you've come to the right place, so hit that subscribe button. Today's super exciting because I get to unbox my Hobonichi haul for 2018. This year I'm especially excited, you guys, because all of my journaling and planning is going to happen on Tomoe River paper. Mainly from journals from Hobonichi, but also a couple of crossfeels from Nanimi paper, and I'm super excited about those as well. I'll show you those in a different video. In this video, I'm just going to go through and do the unboxing from Hobonichi, and in subsequent videos, I'll talk to you about how I set up each of them and how I use each of them separately. So when you open this box, and it's this beautiful sunshiny yellow color, which is a little more egg yolky than it's coming through on the screen. It has this cute little quote, "Don't just reach for a bandage, 365 days is plenty of time to fix things up right." You can see everything's very securely packaged, and everything arrives in perfect condition. And this will be my third, I believe, Hobonichi purchase, and everything has always arrived perfectly. They have this cute little life book here, and a Hobonichi Techo welcome book. The life book shows you some features about the Hobonichi, and then some websites that might be helpful. And then when you open it up, though, it has the most adorable little layout of cartoons. And some of the cartoons lay out ideas for using your Hobonichi, such as Santa right there saying, "I keep track of all my finances." And the bird is saying, "As a migratory bird, I enjoy taping in leaves for my travels." So here it says Hobonichi Techo welcome book. And it just talks about different things that you can use your Hobonichi for. It also shows in detail like some of the features of the Hobonichi, so you won't be surprised later. And it describes all of those features in great detail. It also talks about the daily quotes section. Unfortunately, a lot of the daily quotes in the Cousin are in Japanese, but I like the Japanese. Sometimes I cover it with washi, but a lot of times I'll just leave it. This graph at the bottom was especially interesting because it shows you that in 2002 only 12,000 copies were printed, but it has gradually increased in popularity, and now in 2014 610,000 copies were printed. So you can tell that it has just been gaining and gaining in popularity. So the first planner I got was the Hobonichi Techo planner, and this is the 2018. It is in the A6 size. I've never had this size before, and this will be used for my personal journal. Another thing that I ordered, which I'm super excited about, is the Weeks. And the Weeks is basically a much slimmer volume, and I'll go through the inside of that. This one I'm going to actually use for my YouTube channel planning. Oh, I'm excited. This is the cover for my A6, and I will show you that in a second. Oh, the bookmarks are so pretty. And then this is the Hobonichi Techo Cousin Avec, because they are split into 2, as I said. So it's 2 volumes, one for January through June and one for July through December. And I'm excited to use that as well. And since I got so many planners, each planner that you order from Hobonichi comes with its own pen. And the Hobonichi Techo pens are actually really, really useful. They have 3 colors on them, black, blue, and red. Very fine point and last the entire year. The one I got for my 2017 planner is still going strong. Every year they also send you this cute little gift. Last year it was a little tissue holder for my purse. This year it seems to be dye. And it says like stir fry, deep fry. We'll look at it more closely in a second, but then it has different types of meat, I think, and eggs. So maybe it gives you ideas for what to make for dinner, but I'll show you. So I went ahead and slid my A6 Techo into its cover. So as I said, I won't get into too much detail about each individual planner, but I just want to say that I love this cover for my A6. I think it is a gorgeous, gorgeous print, and it is so soft and smooth. The inside is leather, this cream leather with several billfolds and things like that for extra things, and the planner itself is just gorgeous and has the same small grid pattern that my cousin had, and I just love it so much. If you're interested in a Techo, you'll notice that it has this calendex at the beginning and a monthly section that goes into a daily section. The A5, the Cousins, also have a weekly section that is missing in the A6s. I'm going to be using my A6 mainly for journaling, and I'm super excited about it. I'll do a detailed review after I set it up about the minute features of it, but as you can see, the dailies run through, and then it has some gridded or dotted note pages rather, and then some things about Japanese history and Japanese folklore, as well as some conversion charts, etc. I'm super excited to use this as my personal journal. One of the main difficulties about using my cousin as both the planner and a journal is that I wouldn't journal when my planner was in a different location than my bed, which is where I generally journal. So when my planner was in my purse and my purse was in my office, I wouldn't get up out of bed, and so I wouldn't journal that night or the following morning, and that just wasn't working for me. This will be exclusively for journaling, and I'm super excited. As you can see, the cover also comes with these 2 bookmarks, and I'll talk about all of that extensively in another video, so if you're interested in this, stay tuned for that. Moving right on to my weeks, this is going to be used exclusively for my YouTube channel planning, and I'm very excited about this. As you can see, it's super slim. It also comes with 2 bookmarks that are attached to the planner itself, and it's a little bit harder of a cover than the Cousin or the Avec, and so it's really a standalone type of planner. A lot of people use this as their exclusive planner, particularly people who don't really journal in their planner. The weeks also comes with a calendex and monthly pages, but then as you go on, most of the week's pages are laid out in this fashion, where you have Monday through Saturday in black, and then you have Sunday in red, and you have this gridded page here. They have what's called this invisible line here, or the secret line, which you can see running very faintly shaded darker right down here. In case you want to do anything like keep your schedule on this side or just separate it out, they kind of darken the line. In case you don't want to mess with rulers and things like that, people who are strictly just sort of pen and paper planners, very simple and on the go, the weeks is really helpful for that. And it's a very straightforward planner. You go on through with the same format, and then you enter this notes section, which are numbered, by the way. So you have, I think, about 68 pages of these notes, and then it goes straight on to a hundreds list, which I appreciate because, for example, if you were going to do 100 videos on a YouTube channel, that would be a good place to log it in one clear area. It also includes this cute thing, which I think is it's a little pocket that you can attach to the back flap of your planner for your metro card, because it comes with a Japanese metro map, which is really adorable, and I expect would be incredibly useful if you were living in Japan. So a little railway map, and it's laminated and quite sturdy, and I know when I was living in New York City, something like this would have been amazingly useful. Maybe Hobonichi will do that later, where they offer an option to get a metro map for the city you live in. But this week's will be used exclusively for my YouTube planning, and once I set that up, I will definitely do a video on that as well. And now to the Hobonichi Techo Cousins. This year, as I mentioned, I bought the Avec style, so it is split up into 2 sections, one from January through June and one from July through December, and they are identical in style, and I'll run through them. For those of you who are interested in a cousin, you can look at my 2007 video of my 2007 cousin, which is exactly the same, except it's just as thick as 2 of them as opposed to 1. What I'll be doing is sliding this book into one half of my planner cover from last year and a blank Tomoe River paper notebook into the other half, and I will be using these for my life planning as well as my homeschool planning. One of the reasons is because I realized that homeschool is largely my life, and so now that I'm with the children all the time, I have to get my work, my homeschooling, my housekeeping, my shopping, everything sort of organized at the same time. And my children are very much part of my daily life, and so I really didn't like having their academic calendars and their academic progress and my log of their activities in a different book than my planner, because it made me have to carry around both books. This way I figure I can integrate both their calendar, which is also my life calendar, including my work appointments, etc., my social engagements, everything, as well as their co-op classes, etc., in the planning section of the Cousin, as well as log our progress and our syllabus and our portfolio work in the blank Tomoe River paper notebook, which I'll show you soon. As I mentioned, I'll go through this in much greater detail in another video, but just to give you a quick flip through of the Hobonichi Cousin, it starts off very similar to the A6 size with a full-on calendar spread, then a calendex, a vertical spread of a yearly calendar, then the monthly pages, again with the weekend shaded in a different color, And then you get into weekly pages, and the weekly pages afford you quite a bit of room for note-taking apart from the timetable in the center. Once you get past the weekly pages, you get into the daily spread, which again seems very similar to the A6, it's just a different size. For comparison's sake, I'll show you what an A6 page looks like versus an A5 Cousin page, and you can tell that if you have a lot of planning to do or a lot of note-taking, a lot of things to write, the A5 Cousin is a much better option for you. Every page has this little boxed off section up there, and again, just similar to the weeks and the A6, you can see this secret line that runs down right here that can split the timetable from any note-taking sections that you want to preserve. I like how faint these markings are in the Hobos, because if you don't want to use that secret line, it's not a big deal at all to ignore it entirely. And so, as I mentioned, this version runs straight through June, and then there are some blank grid pages, not too many, but there are some in the back, as well as a section for addresses, personal notes, some things in Japanese that I don't understand, a hundreds list, which is useful. So as I mentioned, it's super compact. I'm super excited to start using it for homeschooling as of January, so I'll be switching over from my day designer into this one, and I think it's just going to be really perfect for my needs. One quick thing I'll point out in the July through December half of this planner is that the calendex and the monthlies start off in July, so you don't have those pages for the rest of the year. It is very much a split journal. It does continue into the first half of the next year, 2019, but you'll see the first monthly page you have in the second half of this planner is June, so it repeats June for you, and then it goes straight into July. And the weekly pages start off at the last week of June and march forward into July. The first pages for the dailies start off with July and march on. But once again, they repeat the hundreds page for you. If you're interested in tracking something, you'll get 200 trackers for the price of one if you get the Avec version of the Cousin. Last but not least, I'll just tell you about the pen real fast. Like I said, my pen from last year lasted so well. It's a very fine point. I couldn't be happier with this pen. It really does afford you a lot of flexibility and versatility in one pen. And as I mentioned with the cover, all you have to do is slide your pen through these pen loops, and you have closed your journal effectively in one fell swoop. And it's quite snug, so the pen isn't going anywhere and your journal isn't opening either. So I really, really like how well this is designed, and you can tuck it down all the way, so it's all one compact little bundle. So this is my Hobonichi haul, you guys. I am so happy. I cannot wait to get started. I love Tomoe River paper, and everything I do will be in Tomoe River paper next year, and it's just making me so happy. So this is my Hobonichi haul, you guys. The A6 with its cover, a week's, and the Cousin Avec, and I'm super excited. This will be my journal, this will be my planner for my channel, and this will be my life planner as well as homeschool planner. This system should be working fine. The only thing I haven't shown you is a crossfield that I ordered from Nanimi Paper, and that will be used for my homeschool record keeping and portfolio, and I expect one of those crossfields to last me over several years, almost throughout in elementary school, I'm gonna guess. So I will show you that in another video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked Hobonichi out, I definitely recommend that you do. They are a great company. I'll list the links down below, and I've never had issues with shipping. Everything's always arrived on time and in great condition, and I just really like their company and their process, and their website is really easy to navigate. So good luck with all your planning this year, you guys. I'm so excited to get started with these, and if you haven't checked out the Hobonichi store, be sure to do so. I'll be doing a bunch of planning videos this year, so if you enjoy videos like this, please make sure to subscribe. As always, I wish you the very best day. Happy holidays, everyone.